Hey man, you ever look into flat earth?
Okay, I wanted to do this recap on this footage that I took back in January 20th, 2018. It was from a low perspective. I was taking some pictures of these bird racks that I've been filming for years, uh, approximately 3 years, that is. And, I was inspired by Jeranism when he says, don't take my word for it, go out and do your own investigation. So that's exactly what I headed out to do. Now I got my P900 that I was using at this time was approximately 2 feet off the water, and I was doing a 10-minute time lapse of these three bird racks. The one on the left is Bill Watts. The one in the middle was Hernando Beach bird rack, and the one on the end was Billy Steele's. Billy Steele's is approximately 7.78 miles away. Um, I'm going to say 7.5. But you can see here that I've got my tripod down low, real close to the water. Actually, the front leg is in the water. So, I'm doing this time lapse with my P900, but then I take my cell phone just out of curiosity to see how low I could actually get to the water to see these bird racks still flashing out there. Now, you will see these, all three of these bird racks flash. The one pole, the one channel marker that's there, it is blocking out Bill Watts a little bit. I think I have to move to my right a little bit to actually get it in there. Um, and, this is something that I've been doing for years because, the Earth curve calculator, if you check into it, and you all can do the math on it. I've already posted videos with um, the coordinates for these bird racks out there. Actually, pretty much all of them except for the Bayport bird rack, but that's the easier one to find because it's approximately 3.5 miles away, but that's further to my right. I was mainly concerned about these three bird racks that are out here because, like I say, the farthest one away that I can see with my cell phone is approximately 7.5 miles. 7.78 actually is what it should be. Um, but to give a little benefit of the doubt, I'll make it a little shorter. Um, and, I didn't want to make this video that long, but then again, I wanted to show it because, Mick West's Earth Curve Calculator does not represent reality. It represents a fictional mathematical version of what we should see and what refraction should do. And when you're, taking in math, um, math is not going to explain reality. It just doesn't. Mother Nature does not see math. Mother Nature does not want nothing to do with math because it doesn't know math. It's just Mother Nature. So naturally, as we're looking at this, you can see all three of these racks flashing, even with still some light in the sky. Um, and at this point right here, my camera's up about a foot, or my cell phone is about a foot high off the water. One of the things is you cannot see, or I can't see my screen when I place this cell phone down, 2 inches off the water. And what I did was I put my fingers underneath it, set the cell phone down, and let it roll. and I was hoping that I had it aimed in the right direction and that I was actually catching these racks. And of course, now you can see the Bill Watts rack flashing. You'll also see the Hernando Beach one flashing, and periodically you will see the Billy Steele's um, light flash too out there. Billy Steele's is a harder one to catch because it is in a lighted area. That pink light out there kind of does prohibit you from seeing it a little bit. But my main thing was to go out and prove things for myself. I had never intended to really prove anything to anybody else. This is my observations. Um, again, I'm not out to prove it to the world. I'm not out to prove it to anybody, but really for myself. And that's what I've done for 3 years, has gone out here and um, steadily viewed, filmed under all conditions. And, what I see is um, basically a flat plane that there's no amount of refraction that's going to pull um, these objects up from behind, you know, tens, if not, uh, you know, 40, 50 feet. I'm not exactly sure. I'm not going to do the calculations because, again, it's mathematical gobbledygook as far as I'm concerned. I can see these racks with my own eyes. I can see the lights flashing with my own eyes. And when you have a crisp, clear night without a lot of obstructions, without a lot of heavy waves. It was a fairly calm night, not a lot of wind. As you can see how fairly calm the water was. I had little ripples rolling up on the shore. Um, but that was about it. And here I zoom in a little bit and actually catch them all flashing still. Um, this footage right here was something that I wanted to just recap on because there's a lot of people showing stuff that basically shows the same thing, that you cannot have this refraction that's going to be pulling things up way above this curvature, this so-called curvature that we are told that's out there on the horizon. Now, if you're standing up at 6 feet, you shouldn't see anything. I mean, things are going to start dropping off the curve at 3 miles, a little over 3 miles. Well, I'm going to be placing my camera here shortly right at water level, 2 inches up off the water, and you will also see these three lights flashing. The light farthest to the right, the red one that's flashing, that's the halfway mark out toward Bayport. Um, it's just a very sharp curve out there in the channel, and it also marks there's some heavy rocks on both sides of that. Here I turn on my camera light to show that I'm going to set my camera down low, right down to the water, and you can see how fairly calm it is. There's just little ripples coming into shore, and here we go. I'm going to shut the light off, and you will see all three of these lights flashing. Um, Again, there's no rhyme or reason for this so-called refraction being able to pull this up from that far beyond the curvature of Earth. So I'm calling BS on the Mick West Metabunk Earth Curve Calculator because it cannot explain this. I don't care what Mick West says. He can kiss my hiney because I've done these observations many times, and there's no sense in trying to argue with the guy. Now, right here, I took a screenshot, and I'm pointing at um, Billy Steele's beacon light, which is over 7.5 miles at 2 inches. I should not see this. I don't care what anybody says. If a 6 foot man starts seeing things disappear at 3 miles, then how in the world am I catching these lights, all three of these beacon lights, at this distance to the water? Take your Earth curve and shove it where the sun don't shine. because that is proof to me, proof enough for me, that there is no curvature out there. It is an illusion. The curvature is an illusion, and that is all it is. And they've used these methods to deceive the world. One of the things that science does is take God out of the equation. Put God back into the equation and live life. Thanks for watching.